The wind, the rain, the tidal surge. Look at these waves and sailboats rocking on Back Creek in Annapolis. Ben Lyon came to check on some friends' boats as water was rushing over the deck at the Annapolis Maritime Museum.
So you give the lines a little more slack so the boat can float higher as the surge, pushes the boat up, and that way, it can, it's not going to break free in theory. And that's basically all you can do. You
wait and watch at the power of several high tides. Flooding in downtown Annapolis is familiar, but this rises to near record setting. The Alex Haley Memorial was partially covered. Sandbags were taxed to the limit, and water slipped past them and ended up inside businesses. Governor Hogan declared a state of emergency for Annapolis and other jurisdictions in Maryland.
I never experienced nothing like this before. This is my first time.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
On bike for Travis Dorsey, on kayaks for many more. Sydney from Deal was taken on boat by her dad to her home next to Skipper's Pier. In North Beach, water was coming over the boardwalk. Here's a look at Bayside Beach in Pasadena. It was tough to find the pier when boat owners went to check on their property. Anne Arundel County Executive Stuart Pittman is already working to avoid future disasters like this one.
Long term, we have to prepare for more and more of this, which is why we created the Resilience Authority in Anne Arundel County. We're in the process of actually hiring a director and staff for that, so that we can finance some of the infrastructure improvements in some communities. Shady Side, for instance, has got a lot of communities that are very low-lying. We have to raise some of those roads to protect the communities. And here at City Dock, they're raising city docks so that they can deal with the future.
Bill O'Leary serves on the Environmental Commission for the City of Annapolis, giving advice on needed upgrades. So you look out here, and what's going to be a piece of advice?
The installation of backflow preventers has clearly been a big help, but unfortunately what's going to be required is that these bulkheads all around the inner harbor area are going to have to be raised. And there's several low points within the harbor.
Here's Prince George Street by the Naval Academy, where we bumped into Jeff Holland, who runs patrol boats for the HARBORMASTER.
My job today is to run around and take documentary pictures of the flood so that we know what's happening. 20 years ago, we had these nuisance tides 3 or 4 days a year, and now it's 30 to 40 days a year.
The ducks couldn't find land. Mike Beam got wet feet to get a closer look.
It's a mess. Hopefully the businesses, a few of them I've looked in, they have water inside of them, so hopefully it's not too bad and they can get back up and open in the next few days.
The director of the Annapolis Maritime Museum tells us 12 inches of water ended up inside. The new exhibits were protected, but there's damage to piers and the building as Mother Nature makes us stand in awe. For Chesapeake Bay Media's Bay Bulletin, I'm Cheryl Costello.